Dave Gleason, head coach of Athletic Revolution in Pembroke, Massachusetts. And what I want to talk to you today about is self-confidence and how that relates to a young athlete and really any young child. I just want to mention this in two different ways, really. The first way is, when I think about my own kids, Trevor, who's 9, and Andrew, who's just turned 5 himself, what parent wouldn't want their child to be self-confident in the world, in their own abilities, in their own potential to do great things in this world? The mere thought of one of my kids not being self-confident crushes me. So the reason I'm mentioning it in terms of more of a humanistic approach in the beginning is because just about every fitness program that you will come across will have the phrase or coined term, improve self-confidence. But I really want you to think about what that would mean to you, and specifically, or more importantly, to your child, your son or daughter. How important that actually is, and how much it would mean to you, as I know it would mean a ton to me, to know that my child was involved in any program that would improve his self-confidence. It's just huge, it's paramount. But again, that coined phrase is just kind of thrown out there. You'll have phrases like more strength, more flexibility, more endurance, and of course, improved self-confidence. But what is it about that program, whether it's being on a soccer team or a youth fitness program, a sports-specific conditioning program, which we've talked about, a sports performance program, however that's packaged, what does that mean to be more self-confident? So I really want you to think about that, and then go ahead and ask me, or ask whatever coach or trainers working with your son or daughter, just how do you work on my son or daughter's self-confidence within the context of your programming? And how does that relate to their fitness level or performance on the field or court or in the pool or whatever sport that they might play? And that's my segue into the second part of self-confidence and why that's important for any athlete, especially a young developing athlete. You'll see a lot of kids with this type of posture here, and we think that comes most from the way they sit in school or the way they sit when they're playing video games or at the table, which there's a lot of truth to that. But the other side of that is, or could be, where their self-confidence is at this point in their lives. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, but the people that I get my information from, some of the people are. And they've studied specifically neuroscience and how it relates to pediatrics, to kids, and how it relates to kids and youth fitness. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, a child that is not confident, that child's brain and central nervous system will tell that child to round the shoulders and slump the head like this. Think of it, it's about kind of a protective or defensive mechanism that we've all done at probably some point in our lives. Now, how does that relate to performance? Well, we also know that posture is extremely important in terms of performance. We know that when joints are lined up correctly, everything's in line, things are more fluid, things are more efficient. That child or that adult will just move better. So with that, you can see that there's a link between self-confidence, a direct link between self-confidence and performance. And then there's the more humanistic side of things where we want our children, our kids, to grow up self-confident human beings. So which one's more important? I know what I would choose, but I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about both sides of the coin, and again, get you to think about what it actually means when you see any program that sells improved self-confidence for your child. We certainly promote that here, and one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about it today is I keep hearing that over and over again with some of the parents or the kids that are in this program, saying that you know, my son is really, his self-confidence is through the roof. That makes me very pleased. I'd rather that than any other marker you could possibly evaluate or assess. So, with that, I'm going to let you go. Again, I respect your time. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to listening to what I have to say. And I'll be back soon. Again, this week we'll be talking about exploration, which is our classes for 10 to 13-year-olds, and where sport-specific training does not fall into that realm either, but how exactly we train those kids comparatively to the kids that are 6 to 9 years old. So, thanks again. This is Dave Gleason, head coach of Athletic Revolution in Pembroke, Massachusetts. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.